So we're going to start with state dinners. And the first one I want to start with is you referred to the taste of Jacqueline and John Kennedy. And I want to talk not so much about the style that she brought to the White House, but about one particular dinner that just seems to me to be an exercise in risk-taking, and that is the dinner that they hosted at the most beautiful setting possible down at Mount Vernon.
This is a wonderful story, and this is the kind of story that got me to write this book. This dinner took place in 1961. The Kennedys had just come back from a meeting in Versailles, outside of Paris, where they were feted at a so-called magical dinner out in the woods. And Jackie was so taken by this that she wanted to do something similar here. The question was, who would they do it for and where? It turned out that General Ayub Khan, the president of Pakistan, was due for a state visit. He was a very important ally, but he was a tough guy, and he and President Kennedy's relationship had soured. So the stakes were high, and she chose to do it at Mount Vernon, George Washington's estate down on the Potomac in Virginia. And the fact that Mount Vernon had not much electricity or toilets or cooking facilities, or the fact that a state dinner had never been held outside of the White House grounds did not slow Jackie down. She was determined to do this, and she pulled it off. It was amazing. So René Verdon, the chef, cooked a poulet chasseur, which is a chicken in mushroom sauce. It was an homage to Martha Washington. He cooked it at the White House and then reheated it at Mount Vernon. The guests arrived in a flotilla of ships, including a PT boat like the one that Jack piloted during the Second World War. And as the guests were arriving, they realized that the portable toilets had been set amidst the poison ivy. So they had to move the toilets. And as they were moving it, the mosquitoes came out and had their own state dinner on the movers. So they started to spray insecticide, which then wafted over towards Verdon's reheating food, and he threatened to quit. So the staff was teetering on the verge of nervous breakdown. And according to Letitia Baldridge, Jackie said in a quiet little phrase of iron, "It will be done." And so it was. The guests arrive. It was a beautiful evening. They were seated in a tent, 132 guests, a tent on the lawn overlooking the river. As the sun began to set, it was a beautiful pastel-colored evenings. Women were wearing these diaphanous gowns. The candlelight was flashing off their earrings, and a cloud of fireflies came out as a sort of a surreal touch. Behind this beguiling scene was a Cold War intrigue that most people were not aware of. And that is that Khan was furious with Kennedy because he had given India, Khan's mortal enemy, $1 billion in aid without consulting him. And so he had cut off the CIA's secret use of his air bases to spy on China. This left us blind as China was building its nuclear program. So right before dinner, Kennedy walked Khan through Washington's garden, just the two of them alone. We don't know what they said, but the end result was that whatever he said must have been charming, and combined with Jackie's beautiful mise en scène that she had created there, Khan softened his position and once again allowed us to fly U-2 spy planes over China. And this dinner remains legendary today. It was remarkable. It was a high stakes, high risk, flawlessly executed state banquet that really paid off in every way.